Hi, welcome everyone. I'm Emily Cook, Vice President of Education Services at Bluum. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Bluum is North America's largest educational technology reseller. Our mission is to improve learning and make it more accessible. And we do that through a wide range of products and services. But today we're going to be focused on sharing information from our grant advisory team about the School Violence and Prevention Program grant by the Office of Community Oriented Policing Services, also known as COPS. This funding is available to states, units of local government, Indian tribes, and to the public agencies to improve security at schools and on school grounds in the recipient's jurisdiction through evidence-based school safety programs. Today, I'm joined by Eureka, our grant and funding specialist, by Sarah, our education services coordinator, and by Dr. Gemeinhardt, our grant and alternate funding advisor. Eureka will be taking the lead today and will walk us through today's agenda. So let's go ahead and get started.
So SVPP, here we are. The award amount is $500,000 with a 25% match required, which is a cost share on top of whatever your federal ask is. The statutes that this program covers is the acquisition and installation of technology for expedited notification to law enforcement during an emergency, coordination with local law enforcement, projects that have the placement and use of metal detectors, locks, lighting, and other deterrent measures. So this is school hardening, along with training projects that train local law enforcement officers to prevent school violence. And this is a general statement, but any other measures that COPS office director determines may significantly improve your security. So what are the allowable technology costs under SVPP? As noted, it will be entry control, door locking, peepholes for classrooms, school silent alarms and protection, and lighting. The allowable technology expenses would be communication technologies to enhance those response to local law enforcement, emergency call boxes, panic buttons, panic systems, two-way radios, emergency alerts, identification technology, which is the ID scanning, and some auxiliary technology that's related, such as laptops, GIS software, printers, and security cameras. Other allowable costs are personnel. So this is anyone you hire to perform the project that you apply for. Their fringe benefits is allowable as well. Supplies to conduct your project, and these are more like paper, ink, postage, pens, so lower cost. Travel and training is also allowed, as well as contracts, consultants, and sub-awards that is directly related to your award. And now I wanted to take you through what you can do in the next couple of weeks to prep for your application, and which is to first attend our webinar, but then to attend the COPS webinar hosted by the funder, register for SAMS, which is the System of Awards Management. I'm sure you have SAMS if you've went through ESSER. This is a registration process, and make sure that it's up to date. You'll also be updating your contact information and all of your just making sure that SAMS is accurate. After that, you'll be registering with grants.gov or confirming your existing registration. So those are the registration steps, and the other steps that we can take is to review your internal steps as a district to approve a submission of a federal grant. I know each district is different, so make sure you know what authorization is necessary. And the last and the most important is to review your school safety planning efforts, which may include your site and risk assessment, emergency operation plans, school climate improvement efforts and initiatives, threat assessment processes and procedures, training and drills, and review what your local school safety partnerships might look like. This is the core of the application, so we really want you to get on top of making sure everything is updated and you know who to reach to get those school safety planning efforts. And now we'll go through what the Bluum Grant Guide is. This is a guide that we've put together to help you through this process of applying for a hefty federal grant. It is aimed to simplify the guides that are available through COPS. We'll show you how to write a narrative that aligns with the review criteria that the funder is looking for, provide outlines and templates for responses, and make sure that you have a checklist for all sorts of processes within this this grant. We'll also be providing a timeline template to make sure that you're on track. One thing, some of the features of the grant guide is, for example, milestones. So your milestone for one of your early milestone is completing a consultation. This is a requirement through the grant that all interventions have been recommended through a consultation with individuals such as local law enforcement or licensed mental health professionals, social workers, students, parents, school violence researchers or academics, along with school personnel that might be relevant. So before you even get started on your grant, you'll have to reach out to those folks to make sure that you have a community buy-in of what is best for your school safety violence prevention project. So in the guide, you can see a script of how to ask for a consultation, how to get a letter of support. Making a consultation list is really helpful to keep your contacts organized. So you'll be receiving this as a part of the Bluum Grant Guide. Another feature is the grant address book that's in the Bluum Guide, and that is something like this grant is a collaborative effort through multiple points of contact within your district. So you'll really want to find out who knows what in terms of, for example, for financial information, who has the resources, who's heading the school safety planning efforts, who's in charge of technology, and this will help you complete the application. So what are the services provided by us? Our top priority is to make sure that you have a clear understanding of what the guide is in terms of what's eligible, what your review criteria alignment is. So we have an application review that we offer where we will take a draft of your application and check for clarity and do a thorough review to make sure that we think it's good to go and catch any mistakes or points that are not clear and give it back to you. So we'll be taking on 15-minute office hour support line. So we'll be able to meet with you to discuss your questions and assist you in the best ways we can. Of course, there's COPS office services available as well. So if we can't answer it, we'll direct you to the funder. So what is the next step? The next step is to attend the COPS webinar hosted by COPS. So this is, you'll see their funders and their grants officials. So you'll be able to direct questions with them. It is on April 6th, 2023. And you'll be able to register through this link as well. And We will also have a Bluum webinar number 2 to discuss the specifics of the application, the data gathering section, the narrative question, the budget and budget narrative. So we would love to see you there too.
As a reminder, following today's session, we'll send you the recording, all supporting documents, including our grant guide. And I would encourage you to reach out to your local account executive for any follow-up questions about products and services we can support you with, or reach out to grants@bluum.com with any additional questions about funding. We look forward to working with you. Have a great day.